All right, so welcome to day 22, I think. I don't know what day it is anymore. It's all running together. I'm trying to film 2 or 3 at a time. Yeah, so, anyways, the next project I'm going to be working on is trying to make something to help keep my wife and I accountable for when or if we fed Sammy, our dog, for his different meals. So, we do know that he will have more some stomach acid or bile or whatnot if he goes too many hours without eating. So instead of just giving him 2 meals a day, we went to three. And then if one of us is traveling or working late or whatever else, then that dinner time is not soon enough for him. So we've moved him to 4 times a day. We just pare down how much each meal is for him. But then, yeah, everything's been working fine. The issue is if my wife wakes up early and I sleep in, or I'm leaving early and she sleeps in. Wait, did you feed Sammy? And then it's like, well, he says he wants food, but he always does. So if we don't respond quickly enough to our phone, we don't know. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a little, basically, did you feed him? Did you not feed him? Many more easier ways to do this, but this is the way that we're going to do it. So we've got some 1/2 inch dowel. We've got just some 1/2 inch ply left over from a different project. And we're basically just going to make an L slot or maybe even a J slot. Probably L. L will be easier. So whenever we do, let me get a pencil real quick. All right, so roughly thinking, have a slot. Something like that. So then, basically, if he's not been fed, our dowel will still stick up here. And if he has, I'm just going to slide this down. And it's going to be easy for us to tell which meal he's had. And we'll go from there. Probably going to make this a longer gap just to make sure it's really easy to see, because we do have a security system in our house, so we can just check one of those cameras and say, oh, well, all of these are up. He hasn't been fed yet. Or it's easy to see he's been down or whatever else. So it'll make it nice and easy for us to check. That being said, I'll show you where it's going in the house and how we're going to space it off the back. Just because this dowel will have to have a washer on the back side just to keep a bit of space to be able to allow it to slide and not get caught. All right, so this is what I'm effectively going to do. Instead of trying to draw and space these out evenly by hand and just math, I'm just going to cut this out and trace around this, and then I will get it onto this this other board. Yeah, so we got 4 of these coming up. So I'm going to trace this once, place it once, place the next, get all 4 done, and then should be good to go. Let's go ahead and get the time lapse going. All right, so I did end up switching from 1/2 inch ply to a 1x6, and ended up cutting my template out of this as well. Um, Hopefully, I guess my concern with doing this right now is I don't want to leave a big gap here, but I don't know if this is enough space for it to keep its strength while I am cutting these 4 pieces out. We'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and drill hole in each of these corners to be able to help turn the jigsaw, and move on from there. Should be pretty easy. All right, so I switched inside since the garage is now 41 degrees, and that's honestly too cold for me to paint things at approaching 30 degrees or approaching the 30s. Anyways, so I'm now just set up here at the kitchen table. Got some cardboard down so I don't get paint anywhere else that I'm not supposed to. And yeah, I'm gonna throw on some TV in the background because this is gonna be on time lapse. I don't have to worry about copyright strikes. All right, so I've got no spills of paint on our table, which is fantastic. And then I've got first coat on this. So yeah, it's looking good. I did paint the insides of these. I don't really know why, but I felt that I should, so I did. And yeah, after this, I'm gonna have to cut out some rounds of the dowel. I did go ahead and get the 3/4 inch. Think I can just chuck it in the drill and then sand it off really quickly to get the right fit for each one of these slots. But then I forgot that my drill only goes up to a 1/2 inch chuck. So I'll have to just put the screw in the back side of it, which I'm gonna end up having to do anyways to have the washer that holds the back in. So not the end of the world, but didn't plan it properly. Anyways, I'm gonna let this top side get another coat or tack up a little bit more. Probably got another 60 minutes or so. And then I'll get a second coat on it, close the paint, and be done. Okay, so this is mostly dry. Might have a few spots that are still a little bit wet, but for what we're doing, I think we'll be all right. Anyways, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the most narrow part, which is probably going to be these points on all of these, and whatever that is, that's what I'm going to turn or sand down the dowel to. So let's go ahead and see. So I just need to turn all of these into 580 thousandths. All right, so now I'm going to head back into the garage and see how much material I would really need to take off to get down to 0.58 of an inch. So I've already given a quick proof of concept test for what I'm going to end up doing. End up working pretty well. So let's go ahead and head back and take a peek at it. All right, so cut this piece just as a rough idea. I had intended to put it in the center, but did not. Anyways, this is 3/4 inch nominal dowel, so it's actually measuring out at 0.762 or so. And I've gotten it down to 0.74. So it can definitely go a fair bit more narrow on this, like a lot more narrow. Actually, try to take a picture so I can remember what I'm at. All right, 0.738. Not a big deal. And I'm just gonna chuck it in the drill. Tighten it, and you can see it is not in the center. But again, for the purpose of what I'm doing, it does not matter. Man, it's cold out here. Thermometer on the workbench says, it's only 46, almost 47 degrees in here, but it sure as heck feels cold. Much colder than that. All right, and I believe this is 60 grit. Yeah, 60 grit paper. I just cut a small piece of it off, and all I'm gonna do is run the drill in reverse, and that's it. Until I break it. The hardest part about this is keeping the paper from breaking. But I'll do just a little bit more, and then we'll see how much material we removed. Okay, now let's go gadget this tripod again. All right, so just refreshing our memory. Where I started right before this, I don't know, minute worth of sanding, I was at 0.738. And if I now take that and slip this over, yes, I have removed some material. And it is a whopping, not much, but. So I took off somewhere around 10 thousandths per minute. So that's not really a speed that I like, but that's the speed that I got. That's unfortunate. Okay. All right, what are we at now again? Yeah, well, quite hard to get an accurate measurement. So let's just say, for poops and grins, this is where we're at. So I still have over 100 thousandths to go. I'm almost I almost think I should just get a section. So this is 3/4. They make 5/8 dowel. I think that is going to be the better option instead of me trying to sand this down for God knows how long. Yeah, so I think that's probably going to be the option that we're going to take. Tomorrow morning we'll go get a 4 foot or so section worth of 5/8 diameter dowel. Hopefully it's a little bit oversized like this 3/4 is. And yeah, that should be what we need. We'll give it a quick rough scuff, paint it black, and then we'll be done. All right, so one of the last things I've got, I'm going to go ahead and do it before I start painting these, is took just a finishing nail, made myself a little pilot hole. Since trying to drill into the end grain, the bit wants to walk a bit. So I've got these, however long these are, screws, which translates to almost all the way up the drill bit. Super technical. And just drill this out a little bit. One. That's 2. That would be 3, and then I did one off camera, make sure I figured it out. All right, so now it's time to go ahead and run these in. So again, got one completed already and pre-drilled all these holes. All right, not much to it. Hold it and slowly spin it in. All right, that's one. And I'll be the first to admit this probably wasn't the best idea, especially because a lot of these aren't centered. I'm just waiting for this to go out the side of this dowel. And it's also really hard to hold. All right, last one. All right, they're done. All right, so one thing I did learn with the Christmas present box trap thing. Man, my hand is kind of red from holding that. Anyways, of course, there's just a random free candy style van roasted out driving by. Anyways, that acrylic paint that I have adds thickness that I don't have the space for. So what I'm gonna do is, Jesus, I'm going to just use paint and primer. So I'll throw a glove on and spray these outside. They should dry pretty quickly and easily. And that's it. All right. Try not to paint myself too much, but all right. That's three. It's three and number 4. All right, that's 4. Okay, so these are gonna go ahead and dry for another probably 10-15 minutes. All right, so while the paint's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and get this kind of in its location. So we're level and just using the existing screws to mark the anchor locations. I don't think that any of these 4 are going to be into a stud, but maybe we will, maybe we won't. So we'll go ahead and remove this, add the anchors, and then we'll be ready. Sammy's pretty interested on what to do with the food station. Sorry, bud. All right, got 4 holes drilled for anchors, and anchors going in. Got it. All we have to do is grab the tags from the garage, and throw my space on, and I'm done. So Sammy is pretty interested on what I'm doing with this food station. Sorry, bud. Got our 4 holes drilled for our anchors. And anchors are going in. Got it. All right, so this is roughly what we've got looking like now. And now I just need to put the spacers on the back side of all this. And then run them in. All right. Now was the fun part. Lining all of these back up. It's 2, it's 3, and they all line up, so that's good. That's enough. All right, leave her in, and let's see if I have to work the way that saw they were. Some more better, I think, but breakfast first meal day. Lunch is first dinner. Definitely work better. Especially right through here, it's just a bit narrow. I like the idea. The execution is honestly probably 3 out of 10 on the execution. So, cool. All right. These are in, and let's see if they actually work the way that thought they were. Some of them work better than others, I think, but breakfast, first meal of the day. Lunch, his first dinner. Definitely could work better. Especially like right through here, it's just a bit narrow. I like the idea. The execution is honestly probably a 3 out of 10 on the execution. So, oh well. And that's all we got for day 22 on Vlogmas. So hopefully it doesn't add too much cumbersomeness to feeding the dog. But at least if we both do it and use this, we will stop giving him that extra meal that he wasn't supposed to get. Either way, thanks for watching if you made it this far. If you wouldn't mind giving it a like, comment, or subscribe, and we'll move from there. See you tomorrow.